Okay, now we've gone over to YouTube to check out the video quality, and somehow I think it's not my computer, it's not my provider. I think it's YouTube itself that has got the problem with the video, right? Because I'm seeing a little bit of hesitation here. Anyways, I wanted to talk to you about books. I've read over 5,000 books. Everything from Gilgamesh on. Now, if you are serious about furthering your education and you don't want to have some kind of an inculcated parochial liberal this neo-liberal arts crap pushed on you, I would suggest you get the college edition of um, the greatest books ever written. It's about this thick, okay? And it's got everything in there. It's got the Quran in there. It's got the very first book ever written, which was Gilgamesh. It that book was written before there were actually any points or themes or antagonists or protagonists. I guess it wasn't the invention of the antagonist and protagonist, but it had no ending. It failed to invent an ending, and so you had to assume an ending of your own of why it ended the way it did. Um, in that sense, it made sense. There's ideals and ideology. There's so much stuff that. But the college edition of the greatest books ever written has everything in it. It has everything, all the way from Gilgamesh, Shakespeare, Locke, Bacon, all the great writers, uh, both liberal and as draconian as Machiavelli. Did I lose you on draconian? See, this is why I don't use words like solipsis or sophism or I don't know, monochromatic. You wouldn't really know what that means. But you got to read a lot, I mean, to come across those words and then use them in the daily vocabulary, and and you can actually, bullshit people into thinking that you really know what you're talking about. Or you can actually find words that are better descriptives than I was like, yeah, huh? And huh? But instead, if you try to use descriptives today that are Webster type descriptives, you lose people. They don't understand. They don't understand. The thing is about these words is that you don't have to go into this long, drawn out explanation of what you're trying to say if they understand what those descriptive words are. You can make short sentences with the descriptive words in it, and it tells the whole story. Uh, Hemingway tried to avoid that, and he did that very successfully. And of course, you remember Buckley? Uh, he used to be on Face the Nation and things like that, and he wrote a column. And I used to read his stuff just to um, remind myself of how stupid I am. Really, I mean, it's like watching Jeopardy. I'm not too bad at Jeopardy, but um, I certainly wouldn't be contestant material. But I'm trying to find the name of the guy who wrote this book. Well, I knew a man who worked underneath the director of the Library of Congress, okay? And the man actually wrote um, a set of books, and I was surprised at the levels of intellect that it commanded from a child, like from ages 3 to 5. They wanted them to start with, like, the Call of the Wild, Beowulf, stuff like that, and then from 4 to 7 it got into Shakespearean stuff, and then from 7 on they would be reading Atlas Shrugged, which everyone should read at least that book, Atlas Shrugged. If you read anything at all in your life, you should read Atlas Shrugged, just to read it, just to know where you stand, just to know what the world is about, just to understand everything that's happening. Atlas Shrugged will do it. Of course, there's the Bible, but I don't want to go into that because a lot of people get very touchy about it because of the religious aspect about it. Now, listen, organized religion, I understand how you feel about it, but there's some wisdom in the Bible, and there's some history in the Bible that is. That will never go away. Human nature that will always be with us, and so, in that sense, the Bible's a very invaluable tool. Uh, but Atlas Shrugged, ideals, ideologies, you want to know about like I say, the book of the greatest books ever written. I'm looking for it. I got so many books everywhere. 'Cause I just sit back and read. Okay, let's see how this one works. And God bless. And I will pray that my niece is very happy.